Hello, hello, I'm Yaz. Thank you for joining me for Scene Investigators Part 4. Today we're going to tackle Bloodbath. We'll see how that goes, and depending on how quick that goes, we might try to tackle this question mark, depending on what that is. So let's get right into it.
Loading Bloodbath.
Let's see if this takes 1,000 years to load. I remember the time I accidentally clicked on this, it took a while to load. So I suppose there's a lot of blood to load here. As usual, I've got iPad with notes ready to go, keep my brain in check, and I'll try to be using the camera function whenever it will be helpful and
Loading
useful.
complete.
So
Good luck.
let's hope this goes well. Situation. A typically noisy detective's office became chillingly silent. The officers had not returned any calls, and there was no response on comms. Can you figure out what happened to the Kohler detective's office? Okay, Kohler, September 25th, 1998. Let's see. Let's see what our questions are today. Do we have any documents? No. Okay. What is in the package by the exit? Was the gun the killer using standard issue? Was the gun the killer used standard issue? That is worded so weird. Who died by the office doorway? Who was the dirty cop? How many people were murdered? Was Harry Baker in a reasonable state of mind? Which prisoner was in interrogation room number 1? There's a lot of questions here, so let's try our very best now. Front desk. Okay. Hey, there's a package. What is in the package by the exit? Is this the exit, or is this to the front? Stop game, please. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hey, why does it do this? Okay. I don't know why this game is so clunky at times. Alright, detectives cannot lag. Spicy juice. Carbonated soft drink. Okay. No more spicy juice. Is this the exit? Which room is the exit? Please, game, please cooperate. Ooh, yikes. Does not look good in here. Oh, there's a lot going on here. Oh, okay. Yikes. Like a little too much going on here, in my opinion. Nope, L for flashlight. This looks weird. Why does this look like this? I just don't look around too aggressively. It's the secret. Okay. What is in the package by the exit? Let's see. To Kyle Cropper, 1131 Symington Heights, Albany, New York, from Voided Contraband. Package ID ending, well, I'll take a picture. What we're remembering to use the picture function. So this is coming from, is that the Netherlands? Is NL Netherlands? Due to current state and county policies, we're sorry to inform you that the package was not permitted to be sent out from any of our local offices until we gain clearance. To start the procedure and gain the right paperwork, make sure to call number. Okay. Oh, that's supposed to... From Harry Baker? Ah, okay. You definitely can't see that. And that's supposed to be an NV, I guess, for Nevada. That's definitely an L. That is an L for sure. Okay. So Harry tried to send something to Kyle from Nevada to New York. And the game said, nope, you looked around too fast. Okay. I see a little paper scrap here. You mean to tell me this is just... Oh. I don't know. Just like a little piece of wood, maybe, from the splintering that looks like it has occurred here. Yeah, that seems to be the case. Projectile. Another projectile. Huh. This is very odd. Very odd scene. I feel like this game was running so decent before, and all of a sudden it's just like, nah. You're on the second to last case, let's start chugging. Maybe it's my computer. That's a very distinct possibility. Okay. Kohler Police Department, General Department Notice. We've had a number of recent complaints about drinking occurring throughout the offices. Due to the current influx of these complaints, we will address our stance here. Do not drink during work hours. Drinking is an adequate manner to alleviate the stresses felt doing this job. We understand this and we will refuse any manner of taking that away from you. However, during work hours, we ask that you remain sober. Drinking inside the office is perfectly okay during lunch hours or off time. If anyone is caught drinking during hours, they will have a strike on their record. If one's work is determined to have taken a dip in productivity, and we discover that consumption of alcohol is the cause, a strike will be placed on the record. Do good out there. Police Chief T.R. Sheridan. Man, the 90s were a different time, huh? So there's an unnamed suspect wanted for armed robbery and assault. We'll come back to it if we need to. Town dinner celebration for the town of Kohler. September 29th, so 4 days from the incident. Kohler just hit 23,000. We're almost at 25K for our town's population. Sun County is now nearing 800,000. You're invited to a small dinner celebration at the library at 6:30. Cool. Today's morning and noon shift. This is gonna be good and helpful. Let's snip it. Let's camera this bad boy. Okay. Nakamura to unlock our squad racks in equipment room and unlock doors at 6:30. 7. Bolts to meet with department head. 7:30. Baker to come in and finish report before additional meeting. 8. Donuts coming in hot. Jibby from 2 offices over is supplying today. 9:30. Morning announcements on PA. 9:40. Snyder and Bolts to talk with department head. 10:20. Expected call later today to Bolts from HR. Does that mean Bolts is drinking on the job? 11:35. Escort of prisoner 1 and 2 to respective interrogation cells. Transfer of keys to Snyder. 11:45. Questioning of prisoners. Switch at 12:45. 1:45. Lunch break begins. Harry in charge of watching over prisoners. 2:45. Lunch break is over. 2:50. Baker meeting with department head. 3. Reacquired equipment check over by Bolts. 3:15. Bolts reconfirm with department head about reacquired equipment. 3:30. Baker is officially on paid leave. Please refer to Snyder for respective cases. Ooh. Okay. Maybe Harry Baker was not of sound mind. Refer to late noon. Well, paid leave. So, though that is, I think, typically what is done initially while an investigation is ongoing. Refer to late noon and evening shift for other stuffs. Nothing on the back. Okay. General Department Notice. Keep your issued sidearm on you at all times. Please do not leave it behind for someone else to mess with. You will share the blame. Please keep other standard issued equipment in your locker or vehicle. We don't expect you to carry your rifle or shotgun on you 24/7. The fact that I have to say this is disheartening, but given that Jim had neither sidearm nor primary on him at the time of the Main Street shootout 2 weeks ago, means that self-preservation must be recommended and enforced. Had Harry not been there, we would have lost a good man. Please supply yourself as your job requires. Okay. Jim. Ah, wanted for homicide and kidnapping. That's not good. You know, let's take a picture of the 2 wanted posters in case those are the 2 men who were in the interrogation rooms. We will turn very slowly as to not upset the game. There's just too many pieces of glass in this area. It's like breaking my computer. Okay. Darren Nakamura, detective. Hi, Darren. Perfect. Oh my goodness. Mike Snyder. Dick Bolts. Okay. Oh, Harry Baker. The man in question. Okay. Check out this back hallway real quick. Nothing in your trash? You can't let me look in your trash? Okay. Nothing in the trash. These, graham crackers? Crackers, generally? What does that say? Bum Bum? Donuts? Bum Bum Donuts. And spicy juice. And coffee. Cups and water. Cannot open. I have a feeling back here is... I was gonna say not very important, but why do we have a screwdriver in the plant? Hey, why do we have a screwdriver in the plant? What's that about? Did someone try to pry open these drawers? They don't look like they're locked, so... I don't know. That's weird, though. Oh, hey, that's why. Because they're hiding their powdered sugar in the vents. Yum. Powdered sugar. Well, that's fun. In a whole room full of detectives, nobody went, hey, why is there a screwdriver in this plant? And nobody went, looks like there's screws missing here. Fascinating. Okay. Well, I suppose let's start because Nakamura was the first one in. Nakamura, Boltz, Baker, Snyder. Who's Jimmy? From 2 offices over. Okay. We're gonna do like a little section for each of these names. Nakamura, Boltz, Baker, Snyder. So I can take notes for each of these people. Okay. Nakamura was the first in the morning. It's really dark in here. We'll just have the flashlight on for a bit. Okay. Morning stroll, buy more drinks from Walmart's. That was a note from 2 days before the incident. Mr. Nakamura's. Harry asked. Okay, wait. 9:20. I'm supplying office donuts today. Used $20 found yesterday. Check with bank in the morning before office. Morning walk, 10:30 question mark. 9:24, day before the incident. Morning walk, 10:30ish. Paperwork for rest of day. Withdraw from bank before coming to office. That was 9:21. 9:22. Harry asked for papers again. Find them. Need new bag of wrappers. Already out. Wrappers for what? Dennis, or whatever your name was. What was his name? Dennis? Oh, computer. I'm gonna commit a crime today, and it's gonna be against technology. Darren Nakamura. Alright, Darren. 9-1. New medication today. Not like the old stuff I was using. It's got a bit more of a kick to it. I know my doctor told me to likely avoid this if I'm on anything else, but he said it was a great alternative if I start to notice a dip in the other medicine. 9-2. It seems to be doing fine. I don't notice any difference just yet, but it gets the job done. My headache is still there though. 9-3. Well, I don't feel so weird anymore. I think it's good. 9-4. So far so good. The headaches are just dull. 9-5. I think it's just another fine day. The whispering stopped. 9-6. Thumbs up for this stuff. 9-7. It's only been a week, but I can say that this got the job done just fine. My headaches are still there, but they hardly compare with the normal ones. 9-8. My trial amount ran out today. Bought some pain reliever to help the layover until I can get another bottle in 2 days. I don't know why they always have to drip feed the amount. 9-9. Nothing. 9-10. I almost collapsed when I finally got the stuff yesterday. It's a fast actor, however. Came in a little late though, so I could get worse stuff to quiet down. 9-11. And now it's completely normal again. 9-12. I'm stretching a little to make sure I can pay for this next time, because it works 100%. It is hampering my other expenses, however. 9-13. Nothing. 9-14. Almost had an issue. Didn't take one as an experiment yesterday. I think even by the end of the day, Baker was a little concerned. 9-15. Feels good. No issues to report today. 9-16. You know, I think that the prior medicine was just putting me off. You could tell me green men had taken over the government and I would have bought it. 9-17. All good. 9-18. Had to buy another bottle in the morning. Completely out of money though. I'm going to have to start a second job or something to help pay for my issues. 9-19. Thumbs up again. 9-20. I can't find the medicine. I left it in my car and now it's gone. 9-21. I've been doing fine for the most part. I need to find it again, at least before my issues crop up again. My headaches have already returned. I just don't want to hear the voices. So that was 9-21. 4 days before the incident. There's no more entries after that. This could be a motive to be keeping and selling powdered sugar. However, not everyone who's struggling goes to those extents. Darren's got his bachelor's in science of criminal justice, and he got that in Nevada, and we are we in Nevada? No, we're in New York, aren't we? Or are we in Nevada? Because he's got the Nevada certificate. And I saw a Nevada license plate in the other cubicle. Oh yeah, it said Kohler, Nevada on the box out there. So yeah, we're in Nevada. Kohler Handyman. Are any of these names relevant to us? Let's see. I'm not seeing any names I recognize thus far. Oh, Reed Snyder. Maybe they're related to other Snyder guy. Summons for next month. Reminder. Average drowning time. Bullet size too large for Jay's issue. These seem like normal sticky notes to have when you're investigating stuff, I suppose. Get refill. That's on the first aid kit, so fine. Got a advertisement poster for a gun. Oh, maybe this will help us with our was the gun standard issue question. So this is a .40 caliber. I think generally what's used is like 9mm, but it looks like .40 is also acceptable here. Okay, so the days crossing off end right at the day of the incident. Got our walkie-talkie. Late onset schizophrenia treatment. Okay. Lemurs and medicine RX. If using the thipidine to treat late onset schizophrenia, please get consultation from your healthcare provider. Patients that don't take proper care to take as requested may feel side effects that are unexpected and may be dangerous. No refills, doctor authorization required. Okay, 1 pill every 10 to 12 hours. There are 30 pills here, so that would last, this will last you about 15 days. Temporarily reduces acute symptoms to a level where the symptoms are manageable. Used for psychotic depression and late onset schizophrenia. Ask a doctor before use if you have any recurring suicidal thoughts after initial use, or on any type of blood thinner or any form of liver or heart disease. Ask a doctor or pharmacist before use if you are taking tranquilizers or sedatives. When using this product, drowsiness may occur. Avoid alcoholic drinks. Alcohol, sedatives, and tranquilizers may increase drowsiness. Be careful when driving a motor vehicle or operating machinery. May increase psychomotor impairment and retardation affecting speech behaviors. If pregnant or breastfeeding, ask a health professional before use. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Take a pill once every 10 to 12 hours. Consume an additional cup of water at minimum. If ill effects arise within 20 to 30 minutes after ingestion, find medical help as soon as possible. If possible, attempt to self-induce vomiting while waiting for medical personnel. Okay, so this could be a red herring or it could be a clue, but it seems like, as we figured out, this detective is taking medication for schizophrenia that is expensive and could make him drowsy, so it could lead us to taking the cocaine to combat the drowsiness, and selling the cocaine to be able to pay for the powdered sugar, to be able to pay for the medication. Chicken place opened up. Invite Rich. Who is Rich? I don't know. But it seems like this person is getting the help that they need, so hopefully this is not pointing us in any bad direction here. 926. Call state to request files for case 12218. They're open between 9 and 5. Meet with Susan. Rich will be there. Okay. Get warrant for market on 4th. Smith says we need to call back. Smith says hello. Open today. 9:20. Okay. Hang on. Let's go. Don't answer calls today. Ah, interesting. Ask Harry about Jay's case. Harry wants answers yesterday. Right. Barbecue next week. Open today. Meet with Philip at 11ish with Piggy. Piggy. Harry can be trusted. See if Judge V can get back on warrant. Call Valentine about Judge's health. See if tires are all ready. Oh my goodness. This guy's sticky notes. No computer. Okay. No computer. Whew. The sticky notes in here were enough for me. Ralph, wait till Thursday. Call this number. She can help with money. Ooh, suspicious. Got books. Yep, okay. Can't block him anymore. He keeps saying hello. Package should come soon. Call Jeannie about order. Call Jeannie about order number. Is that the same? 8341 for the package. There's no order number on here. Perfect. Okay. Can't block him anymore. He keeps saying hello. Smith says hello. Dorian High School. See if Judge B can get back. Legal advice for Harry's inspection. Local school. No record for issues with kids. 9 hours for photo lab. Don't call. It's a nice mouse pad. Forest relax. Life insurance. Yada yada. Emergency contacts. Who is Smith? Are there any Smiths on here? No. No, there are not. Okay. Seeking information about Joshua S. Taylor. Harry has the photo I took. So this is a body found. Interesting. In Payne's Creek. Smith wonders if Mike still has Christmas CD. The Smith character. Interesting. Breaking Easter morn's sacred silence. A shootout occurred after an inmate escapes prison. Yesterday, as the sun peaked beyond the valley's silent Guardian Mountains, gunfire poured over Detective Darren Nakamura's head. As our town was gathering to pray and observe this Easter Sunday, Detective Nakamura was praying for his own life as he defended ours. His partner, Detective Baker, was away on assignment in Bindler City and Darren was all alone. An escapee from Sun City Detention Center, Adam McDaniel, was running rampant on our streets before he was finally shot dead by our brave detective. Detective Nakamura had been on McDaniel's trail for over 2 days, sniffing out every plausible rat hole the man was known to be familiar with. It was on the eve of Easter Sunday that Nakamura found out that McDaniel knew a friend here in Kohler, an old one from a high school in Glendale. Upon cluing in, he began the hunt proper. Laying low and watching from afar, our detective began to try to understand how to best proceed. State officials were called in to help, but they were still hours away when the fugitive burst from his friend's home. Curiously watching as McDaniel jumped into a green sedan, Nakamura wondered about the friend. The door was left ajar for 20 minutes before he approached. Inside, Detective Nakamura discovered Christopher Preffler, dead from an apparent gunshot wound to the head. It was then that Detective Nakamura knew he'd have to pursue with no help or backup. He'd have to stop the killer before any other issues ensued. Tearing about, Nakamura looked high and low for the stolen vehicle. It was at the corner of Flint and 9th that he sighted the sedan. Without having time to check in, he jumped out and approached, and in a second, a flurry of gunfire erupted from the sedan's back. As McDaniel exited and began to flee on foot, Nakamura gave chase. With the grace of a trained professional, he was able to cripple the fugitive with a shot to the leg. A proper shootout began with this, and Nakamura was forced to retreat for cover, but after agonizing minutes, the shots came less and less. The detective was then able to get a shot and kill McDaniel dead. State officials have still closed off the corner of Mr. Preffler's house until all evidence has been properly collected. Detective Nakamura has been given some time off as the case proceeds, but with that time off, we hope he knows he did our town a great and amazing favor. The crime scene just prior to being cordoned off, the body of Anna McDaniel being dragged away just a minute prior. So that's the description for the image, I suppose. Yeah. Interesting. New coffee filters. Ask Ruby about mom. Okay, more states. Game, please cooperate. Smith, get gift for wedding. Fridge empty. Doc says 2 times. Buy new VHS player. Order new belt. Too small. I'm too small now. Okay, open. They're watching. I sure hope not, bud. I mean, maybe. Nothing in the planner. Eat. There's a bookmark. No, okay, nothing. Okay, I feel no closer to answering any of these questions. Nice. Okay. Let's see. So after Nakamura came in, Bolts came in. So that is Dick Bolts. He's got a missing persons poster for Stephen Moss. Nevada. Yes, we've got a lot of Nevada pride here. Certificate of completion. You passed the academy, Mr. Bolts. Where is your certificate? Do you have a degree? Blah, blah, blah. Do you have a certification? Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. I'm too short. I can't see what's behind that camera. I guess it's not important. That's a lot of ammo. Okay. Is this person a detective as well? Senior detective. Wow. It's a lot of ammo, sir. So yeah, 9mm. It's all in here. Is this an empty box? Yeah, an empty box. You don't cross off your days. This is Dick Bolts right here. Nevada State has selected our very own Richard Bolts as the Highway Patrol of the Year. We're overjoyed that the city of Brindler has been able to rise again and claims 2 of the 3 annual awards that our state hands out. Richard Bolts was hired as a cadet after graduating a rigorous civilian course back in the summer of '73. He was noted as the quickest in his class and as the one with the most leadership potential by the instructor. During his 4.5 years of service, he has been noted to work as part of patrol and criminal investigation before just last year joining the state's highway patrol. In a small interview with our paper, Officer Bolts has noted his delight in being given this prestigious award. I would like to thank my wife, my chief, and the state for being able to give me the courage and fortitude to do my job. We hope Officer Bolt's the best, and we can rest assured that the roads around Brindler are safer with him protecting us. Next week, we'll be covering Brindler's Officer of the Year, Officer Catherine Page. Okay. We've got some photos. Very nice. We've got some more photos. Good. You don't have nearly as many sticky notes as your colleague. Okay. So 9/21. Check over file reports about case, gun range, meet with new witness for case 2, report a meeting yesterday and meeting today. 9/23. Open office in the morning with Mike, open all equipment lockers, call witness number 3 for case 1. General meeting in office 204A. Shopping for office, request new firearm, turn keys over to Nakamura. That was the day before the incident. Day of the incident. Open up for the morning, crossed out. Nakamura today, not me. Keys already given. Meet with Carl Tristan. Mike's gonna join a little late. Carl Tristan. That's one of the people in one of the interrogation rooms. Lunch, report about meeting yesterday and meeting today. Meeting with chief, likely about recent issues and new employees. That is planned for the day after the incident. Some small dinner with Nakamura and Susan. She's asking if I can buy more potato salad. Nothing for 9/27 or onward. Nevada Department of Public Safety. Is any of this relevant? Judge V's sec still hasn't faxed. Average gunfight too short for Sun City running killer cases. Okay. Consider maybe 2 people this time. Wrong about the call. The bond amount was right. Kids shattered Harry's rear view. Get another replacement. We need to give school tour next week. Tell Mike and Nakamura to clean cubicles. Second VHS found by Marty. Oh, little dog. Todd's father was home during murder. Secretary says not able to meet. Do a background check on Harry. Interesting. Susan needs more business cards. Judge K wakes up at 9. Don't disturb sleep. Weenie dog. Little weenie dog. Get Harry's report on gas station theft. Janitor said that one of the clocks is an hour behind. Maybe batteries are low. Ask Harry if he needs more time to see if he can fix my gun. Uh-oh. Harry has the gun. Richard Bolts, senior detective. I feel like Patrick Bateman would have something to say about this. Okay, nothing too interesting here. It's a weird looking bottle that always faces you. It's the spin the bottle world championship bottle. Okay. Doesn't necessarily look like alcohol though. Let me look in your briefcase. Wow, that's bright. Okay. Susan Bolt's personal loans. Oh, interesting. And they were meeting with Nakamura for dinner. September 12th. Nakamura bugged me today after lunch about if Susan could offer a smaller type deal, but I told him that she wouldn't. He wants petty change, enough to buy fountain drinks and ramen, probably. Susan already expressed that she wasn't interested unless he had enough to pay off his already late rental charges and then some. I told him to just harass Mike for some change if it's just for snacks and shit like that. I mean, he's always got cash just lying around. I know Mike might not help given his dislike for the guy, but it'd be worth the try. Nakamura just turned and left. Seems like that put him into one of his moods. Okay, so Mike always has money lying around. Is that because he's selling powdered sugar to a lot of bakers out there? Wait, hang on. So what is everybody's names? Who's Mike? Richard Boltz. Dennis Nakamura. Harry Baker. Is Snyder Mike Snyder? That will put everything together for me if that's the case. Yeah, Mike Snyder. Maybe Dirty Cop. And we'll put Dennis as maybe Dirty Cop, because they both have money ties. The 13th. It's been a long day. There's just been so much going on in our current case. Both Mike and I hit the mother lode. This is the holy witness we've been waiting for. She's going to break the entire case against Carl Tristan. From here notes, we can read that the 11 kilograms of DDP-39 that the company was transporting was switched out at the last second for another trucker. Tristan didn't mishandle the inside stuff. He was either set up or a very unfortunate victim of pure coincidence. Okay. I just need Baker to not keel over and die. I found him on the corner of Swiss and Baker's this morning. He was a complete wreck. Dragged him here in the car. He's a liability right now. That evidence for his case a few weeks back went missing. Ooh. Uh-oh. We've got 3 in the running for maybe Dirty Cop. This is a lot of shenanigans. This is a load of barnacles. Okay, so Mike Snyder and Richard Boltz are partners. Dennis and Harry are partners. 90% sure he just partied all night with the final portion of it. Nakamura may be the largest hiring blunder we had in the last decade, but if Harry doesn't shape up and stop running afoul, then even Nakamura may seem like a decent partner. Oh man. Note, have the back seat washed before the party next week. Oof. September 18th, this one's in green. Ooh. I'd rather that Nakamura and Mike not constantly try and get in each other's way. The bickering is constant on most normal days. They are often testy after their individual morning walks. I think they likely run into each other and fight. Today is exactly one of those days. They come back in at the same time and they were complaining about something that I care too little to understand. I really did try and ease the tension, but Mike was playing hard-ass. Hell, it got to the point that Nakamura got quiet. It set Mike off, and he understood to shut up. Baker just watched the entire show. He was waxing his swords. He gets some type of sick pleasure watching all this. I can feel it. If Nakamura is the nutcase, then Baker is the lost cause. Who is the dirty cop? Everybody except Richard Boltz. I got to meet him today. Who is him? He looked healthy, seems fine. He's unusually well for someone in his shoes. Rather kind for someone who's had all their stuff taken from them. The bank literally got rid of all his possessions. His health is good and he's showing no signs of a relapse from his prior issues. That was the 20th. Okay, 24th. Baker was yanked from his case this morning. Mike is now in charge of the questioning of Philip Clements tomorrow. Philip Clements. So, we'll need to write down that there are prisoners. Carl Tristan, maybe? We'll do Carl Tristan with a question mark, because it says meet with him, not, like, interrogate him. We looked throughout this entire cubicle. I think we have. So, Baker is the next one in. Oh, alcoholism, an addiction to the consumption of alcoholic liquor or the mental illness and compulsive behavior relating from alcohol dependency. Interesting. Okay. This was Baker's office. Please. Baker. Inspection procedure change? Sounds like a no. Get back on records with county. Inspection reconfirms tip. Impossible timing. September 22nd. Report regarding the morning incident on MacArthur Road and Main Street. Detective Nakamura and I witnessed 2 young kids stealing some unidentified baggies by the gas station. Confiscated 3 200-milligram bags of powder, evidence 1. Both Suspect 1 and Suspect 2 were assumed to have been underage from their appearance. We caught up to Suspect 1, but Suspect 2 ran. I pursued while Nakamura cuffed Suspect 1. Suspect 2 ran for a white van at the other end of the nearby parking lot. Suspect 3, older Caucasian male, was inside the van. When he saw me chasing the kid, he turned the vehicle off and proceeded to raise his arms in the air. Suspect 2 pulled a pistol at this point while running. I fired 3 shots by the time he turned to face me. 2 bullets lodged themselves in his throat and 1 got his right hand. I don't believe at the time of the initial report that he was able to fire a shot, but I'm unsure and awaiting further evidence. I've requested Suspect 2's firearm be examined for gunpowder residue, and Suspect 2's hands be examined as well. General officers eventually arrived on scene alongside EMS. Suspect 2 bled out before me. EMS was unable to stabilize him. Suspect 1 and Suspect 3 were escorted to the county station by officers. I received a question from another officer on scene, and I want to answer it here in writing. Nakamura's method of detaining Suspect 1 may seem to have been brutal, but I cannot say that I personally saw the arrest, but the suspect in general was uncooperative. The bruises and the such may or may not have already been on the suspect prior to our encounter. I am unsure, and I'd rather simply say that just because Nakamura's aggressiveness has been noted in the past, that it may not have been the cause for the wounds for this particular case. Bastards. Suspect 1 will be questioned by us early tomorrow. Suspect 3 will be questioned in 3 days. If I am pulled from this case due to the incident, I request that Detective Snyder or Boltz be given overview of the downtown operations. Nakamura has been overly hasty on the previous 2 cases, showing questionable judgment, and though I trust him, I'd rather a more senior officer replace me. Y'all got a whole can of issues here. A whole big pile of problems. Audio admission, warrant defeated. Floppy 1 through 8 of J case. Kid's name was Peter Jose. Friend says Peter had issues. Pastor says kid had no issues. Only direct evidence sub for now. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Kyle. I hope that you enjoyed turning 15. I know your mother likely threw a great party. I hope you had a good time with your friends. I'm sorry that I missed your birthday. I had tickets, but there was a last-minute incident over here that I have to take care of. Next time I promise I'll be there. I'm sorry. I hope this gift reaches you in time and you can enjoy it. I may not always be there, and the past 15 years makes that evident, but I want to pass this on to you as it was given to me. This has been in our family for many, many generations now, and it belonged to your great-grandfather Bartholomew Baker. I would hope that you can use this as an inspiration and to pass it on eventually to your own children. I may not be there, but our family is. Harry Baker's a deadbeat, too. Dang. Okay. We'll come back to that momentarily. There's his mom's number. Oh, no, not his mom. Mom's name is Jasmine for one of these cases. Plane leaves tomorrow. Get plane ticket. Call her back next week. School says call back tomorrow. School says no records on history. Miss Jose still won't talk. Is that the mother of the kitty shot 3 times? See if Jim in postal can get package to slip in. Sus. Oh. Maybe buy bigger object and sneak it inside that. Hey, maybe don't do that. So, okay. Nope, I didn't mean to take a picture. I meant to go to the image viewer. So this was from Harry to Kyle. Kyle's his son. He wants to send an heirloom to his stepson, but he needs to sneak it around. So I wonder what that is. Call the mother. Judge K is still sick. Mom isn't talking. What is your family heirloom? Gil was murdered here, but his body was found in Trent. Okay. Judge R has given clear. A6 papers signed, verify. Hey. Hey, that's alcohol. Hey, what you doing? What is Trent? 50 AE. That's weird ammo. What kind of ammo is Trent? 50. Lubricating gun oil. So this is possibly... Right here is seemingly the gun that belongs to Nakamura that Harry's trying to fix. And it's a 9mm, which is what seems to be the standard. Is in the clear. ACC to tip. Dune Sweeper 45. I'll hail the gold medalist of the 1982 Nevada sharpshooting state competition. Okay, that's gone. $50 AE revolver. Prize for winning the Nevada sharpshooting state competition in 1994. Always keep it loaded and it'll go far. Uh-huh. National Veterans Long Gun Competition of 1986. Bartholomew Baker. There we go. Lieutenant in the United States Union Cavalry. So this is probably like one of those ye old bolt action type of guns. So I think what's in the package by the exit is a gun. Was the gun that carries standard issue. Died by the doorway. Who's the dirty cop? Okay. I mean, I think you can also... I know for sure revolvers are also kind of like standard to use. But it seems like... Why would you take your gun off of your wall and not like your actual one that you use? When printing this ticket off our website on the World Wide Web, please be sure to keep 3 copies. The first is for the official at the front desk of the airlines, the second is in case the official takes your first copy, the third as a backup copy for your own records. So this is plane ticket part. Rich wants it cleaned. There is surprisingly not much info here regarding what's going on here. Richard Bolton, Darren Nakamura. Is that the suspect at the top, or is that the witness? That's the witness. Mr. Grant was questioned lightly due to being second cousins of victim number 3. Okay. Okay, what's in this box down here? Can't open it. Does not matter, I guess. Okay. So it looks like somebody was going some direction and shots were fired this way, right? No casings. It's a revolver, probably. These don't have the brass tip. These have a silver, or probably like nickel or something, I don't know. Nickel, silver in color tip, and these have a brass in color tip, so seemingly not that. There's a chip in the door. Okay, stop that. Oh, it's not like Harry had to have used the revolver. It just seems like a likelier possibility for why there's no casings in there and why that is the ammo that's out and why it's removed from the wall. Okay, so now we're in Mike Snyder's office. Up at his desk. Ice skates. Can they feasibly pierce bone? I would think so. Drop sheets for ship layout. Okay, there's money just laying around like Richard Boltz mentioned. Get Dick to make coffee for guests from now on. School of Private Investigation. Michael Snyder. He's got his criminal justice degree. Therapist for Kevin cannot answer under oath. Call back Marge. Then $300 to repair shop. Buy Ovaltree. There was something about Ovaltree in Dennis's cubicle as well. Y'all on your sticky notes. We've got a grocery list. We've got continuation. S is in F. Yep. Up. Totally up. Toothpaste for kids and salmon. Oh, wait. Make sure to order another delivery by tomorrow. Supply already running low. Look for cheap stuff if push comes to shove. Kinda suspicious. Kinda weird. A gun manual for a revolver. Next revolvers. Yes, your casings stay inside of the revolver. Look into Trent Brown. Yeah. Cannot read what that says. Okay. A water bottle. Oh, okay. And there's just money laying around again. Make case to cheap. Okay. I got trail mix. I can read that much. That's a nice rock. Right. Okay. Hey. You've got screwdrivers, you suspicious creature, you. Why, Shannon? I think this is Shannon, alright. Okay, this is way back from August. Baker just broke his 2 month separation from booze, drank through most of his fridge the other day. Gave me a bottle as long as I kept him company. I was glad enough to do so. I think Clara would like him, but he's too offensive to have around the kids. And that new folder to Dick tomorrow. He's authorizing something for case 2. Sounds like we have someone who's coming in to talk. Have enough money on the side now to buy Clara that nice dress. September 4th. Baker keeps laughing each time I ask the guys to grab donuts. I think his frustration is starting to bleed through. His last case hasn't had a breakthrough because Naka keeps dragging his feet, and since Baker himself is actually forced to stay in here. September 6th. Grab Carl Tristan for questioning. We have that name written down. Ooh. We may have had a break. Bits of evidence that should have been brought forward a decade ago. Also, don't trust Nakamura until you know that he actually has his wallet on him. He keeps muttering how it's not his fault when he's asking for something that he cannot pay for. I'm not a charity. September 8th. Sometimes we fail the right people. Looking at the stuff we have, Tristan should be a free man. He's been left behind and lost a decade and a half of his life. Just poof, gone. We're going to try and get somebody just above to hear us out. It'll take time, but he can handle it. He's a tough soul. So Tristan is, he's not responsible for whatever this crime is, and he's incarcerated anyway. It's now $50 for the entire package, but it's not like there's much in there in the first place. The thing is always light as a damn feather. Disgusting, shitty, slimy, shady. They know I need it, and they're gonna ride my for every penny. This game makes me feel like I can't read sometimes. This isn't something recreational, for crying out loud. My life actually depends on it. I'm getting a clear picture of who was responsible for the powdered sugar in the vents. I had a good laugh when I went with Baker and Nakamura for lunch. Baker barely smiled, but I think he liked being out of the office. Nakamura just nodded a lot, acts like he can actually follow a discussion. Stupid moron, like a dog or something. I made him pay for the lunch. I ain't paying after he stiffed me last week. The 21st. I went shooting with Dick today. His standard carry broke. If only I could get the security video feed for that. I've been pestering him about requesting a new one the other week. September 24th. That's the day before the incident. I think I'll be able to have a good rapport with Phil. And Philip Lemons is one of the people who they're going to be interviewing, so. Seems like he's grown in the area. He was arrested with our team's hockey jersey on, but also like 30 pounds of marijuana. Seems to be a decent guy from his wife and his brother's statements. Just down on his luck. He's also using a little of what he was dealing. That's rule number 1, just don't touch what you sell. It always makes things harder, but at least I have a few jokes that I think he'll be able to laugh at. I just have to make sure Nakamura doesn't screw with this. He needs to keep quiet when I'm trying to connect with Phil. We're not doing any sort of act, we're keeping everything straight. Strict regulations on meet between Jenny and Ben about Judy. Clara processing. Get Dick to write a report. Carries stuff in lockup. Tell Rich. Statement from Hoodie Kid contradicts. Frank Windle. Shattered neck bones and 3 ribs. Oh, Ovaltree is alcohol. Cream ale. Okay. It said they're allowed to drink during lunch, so I mean, like 2 out of 3 people have had. I mean, 3 out of 4 people have had alcohol or references to the alcohol. What's in your mini fridge? Okay. We've got... Oh. Kyle Baker. It's a boy. Celebratory cigar for a baby. Aw. Hey, wait, no, stop. We've got a Bible, we've got another, whatchamacallit, screwdriver. Alright. Sergeant Verratti is escorting Phil. Well, we know for sure Phil is one of the people. Buy more red pens and markers. Claire's birthday next month. Penny wants chef outfit. Jonathan wants doctor's outfit for Halloween. Rose wants to be Chunky Rat. Hell yeah, Rose. Okay. Yeah. Use mixer. Figure out pH level for evidence from county. Judge K's new assistant, Rachel. Pudgy sounding. Was asking for me to look into Payne's Creek. What? Another case from SCPD. About 1991 murder. Get Samantha to look at license plates. Snyder. I feel like Harry was doing okay, right? Because somebody had said... Well, the 24th, he was yanked from his case because he shot someone, right? And... Baker... Okay. He's been acting off since his last shootout. That was the 24th. I don't know. I don't know what Baker was up to. Which prisoner was in interrogation room 1? He died by the doorway. Yeah, who is this out here? Who got shot in the knee? Okay. Prisoner 1 and 2 to interrogation cells. Questioning of prisoners. Lemons. Mike is in charge of the questioning of Philip Lemons. Questioning of prisoners. Baker. So. Sound 2. Office doorway. How many people were murdered? Which prisoner was in interrogation room 1? Maybe Philip. Elements. Maybe. Okay, let's finally go into this hellscape of a room. Oh, stop. Please. Okay, we've got silvery ones again. Wait a minute. We look at so we looked at stop, let me rotate, please. Okay, we looked at the revolver ones. They have the brass tips. We haven't seen this 40 ammo. And it doesn't say anything about the ammo here. And was there any ammo on the desk? Wait, did I already look at this? I forgot my wallet today at home. I couldn't enter the office until Richard opened the door for me. I wish I had him as a partner. He never complains, he's just quiet and gets things done. He next to never talks at all. At least I can't remember any time off the top of my head. Harry's quiet, but in a way that makes you worry from time to time. Cannot pay off my rent this month. Need money really bad. Like hella soon. Did people say hella in 1998? I feel like they did not. Mike doesn't have a kind shred in his heart. Was an ass about lunch the other day too. The fat tub of lard came in panting today during lunch. I told him to try using pig insulin instead. He spat at me. I don't really care. He tried to jip me again. I thought him getting offended might make him think about my situation and how he might be able to relate, but it obviously didn't. Richard walked in today. He just stared at my poster for a bit before leaving. Maybe I can talk to him and see if he'll back me up and get our entire office upgraded. I've been wanting that gun for a while now. I can just taste it. Sometimes broken gun-like fancy features are what I want. Beanbag, where are you? Tired money speaks. Stiff and tired. Basketball refineries. Good night. I'm really sorry. I'm unable to find the medication. I wrote word salad in the afternoon, it seems. I'm doing better after taking my cocktail of pills. Richard broke his gun. That's why he came in yesterday. I'll ask the chief again if we can get a special order in. I want something like my fancy baby to be standard issue. I wouldn't mind something even crazier, like the revolvers that Harry has on his walls. But maybe that's going too far. I'm only worried that Harry would get one of these suckers. He's already a kill shot with one of the pea shooters. I got pulled in by the chief today. He asked me about Harry. Seems like they're just doing a general evaluation. I answered pretty casually. They asked if I knew about any evidence going missing recently. I'm able to say confidently that it wasn't Harry. I've only seen him party hard with booze anyways. I now think I'm seeing a unique pattern in the rug. It's helped me clear my head and think about certain people. Still, the medicine is gone and I don't like thinking like this. My headaches are back in full swing. 24th. They took Harry out of our case. They put in Michael Snyder. I hate that man. I cannot accept this. I refuse to ever work with him again, and I will force them to realize this. somebody will understand. He's been cruel in some stuff recently too. Keeps making jokes about issues that the others still haven't clued in on. If he makes another one of those jokes, I'm going to blow a casket. I don't think that's the right terminology. I hate him so much, and the position I'm in makes me feel like shit. Darren, did you shoot him? Did we find ammo in Darren's cubicle, though? I can't remember. Right, because this is a 40. Bigger than a 9. Nine seems to be what's standard issue, and then it looks like Harry uses her revolver. Standard issue, however, is... I wish this door was here. Why is this door here? Very annoying to me. So, yeah, this is for the revolver. Standard issue is this 9. Did we actually see the ammo? Because I know there were boxes here, but could we actually see what they looked like inside? I mean, it says Copperhead family, so that makes me think that the tips are copper. That would make sense to me. Is there any ammo just sitting to the side of the gun since they needed to repair it? No? It's not. Okay. By the office door was a gun standard issue? No. Okay. I feel like these don't really line up with any of this, but that's not my concern at the moment. Samuel Mendoza Grant. So is he... I mean, it says he's a witness. Just issues, duty for drug possession. Ah, okay. Firearms. Weapons, yes. Pocket knife. Firearm, shotgun, cannot specify. Ella Christine Morsky. Date of interview 4/2. Date of interview 3/24. 3/29. 6/23/96. Wait, these are all the way back in 96. I hate Michael Snyder. I hate him. I hate him so much. I hate him. I hate him. Okay. Oh yeah, these are 96 records. Okay. And... But these are... He's doing it again. He's taking over my shit. He's stealing the case for himself now. What the hell is this? Okay, so this is... Aaron. He's still going through my reports before turning his in. Why is he always doing this shit to me? Invalid report. All records henceforth sealed. Reference to this will only be derived from a report submitted by Detective Snyder. Oh. Yeah, they... Detectives removed from case. Interesting. Why is he still reporting my files to Harry? Invalid report. Check with partner for issues. Interesting. Okay. The evidence is sufficient. These are medical testing records. Okay. Out of order computer. Bad stuff happened here. This is just so weird with like this greasy whatever this is here. Like, what is this supposed to be? Oh, is that oh wait, hang on. The clock? That one's brass. And we've got a 9mm casing. Another 9mm casing. And they're over here. This person. I'm confused because if the person shot this clock, they would be further away. So these casings seem to have been from whoever this person was. And what direction was this person shooting? This way, seemingly. But, unusual, to say the least. Okay. 4 9mm casings in here. Handcuffs are on this side. 1 casing here. 1, 2, 3. 4. 3 chairs and brass. Handcuffs on this one. Okay. Person sitting here shoots this person. Shoots this person twice. We've got 3. Shoots out here. Maybe. There's one here as well. This is very odd. Okay, one person. 2 person. 3 person. Six person. 7. These ones are out here. These ones went through the window, right? 1, 2, 4. At least that one does. Right? You're over here. Well, maybe. Maybe. You're like sitting. Yeah, could be. Okay. So people in the office: Harry Baker, Mike Snyder, Dennis Nakamura, Richard Brooks. There is interrogation room 1 over here, and interrogation room 2 over here. Those 2 are non-standard. These 3 are non-standard. Yeah, those are, I'd expect that we would see some of the 40 using somewhere, not all 9. Literally no 40 casings to be seen, though, from my scan of things. All 9. Wait, sorry, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is the 2 people being interrogated. Meet with Philip at 11-ish with Piggy. So, meet with Philip. So, Dennis, Philip, and Mike are the ones together. Carl, Kristen. Okay. Dennis. Philip. Mike, all in one room. Carl. And Richard in one room, with Mike joining late. Clock is an hour behind. Wait, these clocks are vastly different. Okay, hang on. So this happened like after 12, and it said that he was going to meet Mike's gonna join late, and that's at 12:45, so he's going to join after 12:45. and that's like 12:35. So this room had Richard. No. Yeah, this room had Carl and Richard, right? This is so weird. What is this about? This angle is weird. Okay, 9:25. Meet with Philip Clements. Lunch with Dick. Discuss the Carl Tristan situation. No Jimmy today. Okay. So this is Mike Snyder's planner, it looks like. And watering the fern is getting the roots. Meet with Philip Clements at 11:45. That's definitely not what he was supposed to do, was it? Dennis, Mike, and Philip. Yeah, okay. And this clock, did it say an hour late? One of the clocks is an hour behind. Is that this one? Because if so, then this should maybe be, instead of 12:35, 1:35. Switch at lunch break begins. Harry in charge of watching over prisoners. So questioning of prisoners. Switch at 12:45. What does it mean by switch? Switch at 12:45. Switch at 12:45. Meet with Carl Tristan. Carl Tristan and yeah, Carl and Richard are in here. Dennis, Philip, and Mike are in here. I'm bamboozled. Okay. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, so these guys. This is so weird though, right? This is really weird. Because Richard theoretically doesn't have his gun because he's waiting for a new one. Carl and Richard are in this room talking. Something happens over here and something happens over here. Handcuffs are not in use. Someone gets out here. And then let's head over here. Dropping this way. That person obviously went down over there, so this person had to have come from over here somewhere? to... Okay. Person here shoots these people. Goes here. Shoots at this person. This person shoots back. Big drip. Littler drips. Moving. More casings. So this person gets closer. These are the non-standard ones. These are standard ones. That's a standard one. These are standard ones. What's the gun used by the killer standard issue? The killer. It seems like there's a whole bloodbath going on here. What the hell is going on with this? This is really weird to me. You're just laying there. How did that happen? Oh, I'm bamboozled. Just shoot a guy tonight. I'm going to the bar. Still can't send the package out. At this point, Kyle will never get it. A few of the downtown kids tonight. They were taking pot shots with their BB guns. Got out my rearview mirror. People coming up at my desk this morning. Okay, let's go to September. I need help. I need to get out of here. All I do now is drink and write papers. There's nothing here. I still haven't talked to Kyle. And I'm stuck here doing these goddamn papers, and now I can only listen to Darren complain about things. Okay. Really testy again. I need to go to a bar, but I cannot do it right now. I need to be clean, even if only for another few days. I don't want it to end like this, like it did last time. The only thing is now I can go do what I want. My flight leaves tomorrow. He's now in charge of the questioning of Philip Clements tomorrow, so he may join me a little later with Carl. He has no mention of having a stand-in gun, right? Ask Harry if he needs more time to see if he can fix my gun. So are you just gunless, or do you have your backup? You have to have something, right? It's not like you're just gonna be gunless. What's this? Okay. In this room, there's Carl and Richard, right? So Richard doing his shenanigans, talking to Carl, they're talking, they're yapping. No idea what happens here. Right? Because the angle's weird. And there's nothing. There's just nothing. There's no casings, there's no anything, and then there's just like a little smudge here. Yeah, this room absolutely baffles me. What happened to you? There's two in here. Casings here. No casings here. Casing and chair. This person was handcuffed. Unless this is like funny red herring thing. Janitor says this is slow, so janitor went to fix this and then got shot. Maybe. Dennis, Philip, and Mike are here. Person in the chair handcuffed is shot, so that's Philip. Person here is shot. Mike Snyder? Well, okay, no. So this person here has no casings. This person here has casings. Maybe Dennis starts to lose it and Dennis pulls out gun. Doesn't get any shots off necessarily. But wait a minute. In that direction? This person's on the ground already. I mean, unless what went through here. Went through them. Angle's real weird. Okay, so from seating here, that person at the wall. Who's in the hallway then? But this angle makes me think this was the person in here, which was Harry, who hadn't gone over there yet. So this person had to have been whoever made their way out of here. Unless he pulls his gun, he shoots him multiple times. He takes his gun. Still doesn't really make sense though. What do we know that Mike carries? A revolver. Mike carries a revolver. Yeah. So there wouldn't be casings from him. This guy uses a revolver. This guy theoretically didn't have a gun or was using like a backup. This guy uses a 40. And it's definitely not a revolver. And this guy either uses a revolver, a 45, some old bolt action. This area is real weird to me. Revolver user? But you would think that the officer would be on this side in these two chairs, right? And then the interrogate T would be on this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this. Well, handcuffs are on this side too. Yeah, that room absolutely bamboozles me over there. I'm gonna ignore that entirely. Okay. So this person has a revolver. Maybe this person's got primary and secondary? That's part of the confusion. We'll say the person in the hallway is Dennis. Nakamura. I have a feeling like all of these are wrong somehow. Yeah, basically. Okay.
Which
I don't
case
even know
file
which
would
one
you
was
like to
right.
solve? Loading Bloodbath.
I have a feeling the only question that was right was, this one. No, actually, okay, hang on. So, 30 cop, right? Definitely screwdriver guy watering this plant. Definitely has to be. Which is Michael Snyder. Michael Snyder. Who died by the office doorway. So maybe the gun the killer was using was standard issue. Maybe it was Michael Snyder who died by the doorway. Maybe it was a standard issue gun that he was using. 6 people, right? Maybe this is something else here. Oh wait, in room 1 it was supposed to be Carl Kristen. That was a goof up on my part. 3 out of 7. So this is definitely right. I still don't think he was in a reasonable state of mind. Well, reasonable is such a subjective word, right? Because it was said that he was off. And then here, he's really testy, but like... I don't know if he really seems like unhinged, right? This had to have been this gun. This like heirloom gun. It's
Loading
just like
complete.
gift
Good luck.
packaged by the exit is a gift.
Which case file
The
would you
gift
like to
was a
solve?
gun. Okay, so we've got 4 correct now. How many people were murdered? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Was it one Mike Snyder since that was his? Person sitting here gets hurt and goes this way. Maybe. His name is Darren, not Dennis. Why have I been writing Dennis this whole time? Love that for me.
Loading complete.
How did
Good
I
luck.
just decide his name was Dennis and just roll with it endlessly? How do I do these things? Shot in the knee. We're gonna go with Mike Snyder. Who the hell is the person by the doorway?
Which case file would you like loading
I
Bloodbath?
just don't understand who that could be. I don't think it is Harry Baker. That wouldn't make sense because I think he's the one who shot out of his cubicle, right? Oh. How is that the answer? That doesn't make sense to me. Whose death is the most tragic? Maybe Richard Bolt's, maybe Carl or Philip because they were just suspects in some stuff, but I can't honestly remember very well which one was which and how and why. We'll say Richard Boltz, since he was just trying his best with all of it. Or the janitor, if the janitor got. I need to know what happened here because I am really confused about this one. On the afternoon of September 25th, around 12:30 p.m., Darren Nakamura and Michael Snyder were interrogating Philip Clements in interrogation room number 2. Okay, yes. Harry Baker was in his office cleaning Richard Boltz's broken pistol. Yeah. Okay. I had all of that. Having just been relieved of active duty, Richard Boltz was sitting down with Carl Tristan in interrogation room number 1, waiting for the other interrogation to end. Yeah, okay. I had all of that down. How did it spiral so far from there? Darren had not received his required dose of medicine to deal with his oncoming schizophrenia. As he sat with Michael Snyder, a man who he already deeply hated, he heard enough jokes at what he personally believed were at his expense. He snapped and began shooting his colleague before standing and shooting the suspect in interrogation room number 2. Okay, right. So he was on like um the chair closest to the wall and he shot at the chair closest to the window and he shot at the suspect. Okay. He stormed out, blockading the observation room. Harry heard the gunshots and began to scramble to find a usable weapon in his office cubicle, remembering that Richard Boltz was nearby. Nakamura began to walk towards the other interrogation room. As Nakamura approached the other interrogation room, Harry Baker finished loading his revolver in his office cubicle. Harry Baker cracked the door to the observation room open and took a few shots at Nakamura. At this point, the clock was hit by a stray bullet, making it display its final time of 12:35. Okay. So Harry shot the clock and tried to shoot at Nakamura. Harry slumped in the doorway. Nakamura limped over to a nearby desk and pulled out the bullet that Harry shot him with. Okay, so he sat in that chair. His injuries were large enough that he knew he would die by bleeding out. Nakamura saw Richard still in room 1 with Carl. Right? It had been 10 minutes since Nakamura had begun his rampage, but he was not about to calm down. Remembering that Richard never truly helped him with money, and in a blind fury, Nakamura stumbled to the door. I mean, honestly, Carl Tristan probably is the saddest part in this because he was maybe going to be close to getting out since he was falsely imprisoned. Richard attempted to charge him but was shot in the head. Richard fell down. Nakamura stumbled and collapsed against a nearby wall, sitting below a clock that Harry had accidentally shot during their crossfire. Oh, Carl Tristan had a heart attack. That's why he had nothing going on there. Okay. So Nakamura was by under the clock. Harry was out in the hallway. Carl just straight up had a heart attack. Nakamura began to calm down. Surrounded by dead colleagues and former friends, he decided to take his own life before he bled out. Okay, that's where his head wound came from. Okay. That was kind of convoluted. Kind of very convoluted and took a very long time and a lot of trial and error.
You are now an official licensed investigator.
Trust you don't
How
want to
was
do
the
that.
exam?
That was hard. That last one was hard.
Now that it's over, how do you feel?
How do I feel? Yeah, I want to know what that question mark is,
Welcome
you
to
know?
the agency. We'll see you on Monday.
What's that question mark over there? We did it through just bashing our head into the answers. What's the question mark? What's the question mark? I'm gonna skip this, sorry.
You have a new case file waiting.
Okay, the question mark. What is the question mark? Show me the question mark.
Welcome back. Which case
Hughes
file would you
Manor
like to tackle?
feud. Interesting. Okay. I guess we'll tackle this one next. We'll see if I retain my sanity considering it's a 3-level difficulty, but it looks like an interesting and very new kind of location for this. So that's very... I'm excited. I am frustrated and I'm excited. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for joining me for Case Investigators Part 4. Next time we'll see if we can figure out the Hughes Manor feud, and hopefully that one will go a little smoother than this one. But yeah, thank you again for watching. Have a really lovely rest of your day.